Well, welcome. Yeah, it's kind of, this time of the year with Halloween and then, the kind of the earth Celtic tradition of Samhain. So that's like another ritual time where we honor the ancestors and the Day of the Dead and All Souls Day, which is tomorrow. So there's kind of this theme right now of like just maybe taking a moment, or maybe you feel lots of moments where you're remembering people who aren't physically on the planet anymore, but are spiritually in our lives in the form of our dog or other spirit animals that come into our life. And it is an important time to just really honor those beings, whether they were a human or an animal. Um, so we're going to just kind of bring that into our practice this morning in this energy of remembrance, of gratitude for their energy, what they brought into our lives, and allow that to really just nourish our hearts, and also to just, nourish our grief, and grief that might be kind of bubbling up this time of year, for really healing and cleansing. So we just kind of honor all that this morning, wherever we're at, as we find our comfortable seat. And we just begin to connect in with our physical form, pulling the flesh of the sitting bones back. So we're on the roots of our sitting bones, weight bearing evenly. And we can begin to open our hips in this position here, whether the legs are cross-legged, maybe in a seated cobbler position with blocks under the knees, or perhaps the legs feel like they would like to extend out. You can also put support under your knees. We set up the roots of our foundation here for our spine to also have its space, its expression, as it rises up out of the bowl of the pelvis. And the head, our orientation of our beautiful head, we want to orientate it right over the center of the bowl of our pelvis. This allows the side bodies to grow and our shoulders to soften back and release down. And now we've opened the gates, opened our body to allow breath to flow and for prana to flow more easily. Our breath expands into the bowl of our belly. So our lower back, as well as the sides of the belly, receive this imprint of oxygen on our inhalation. And as we exhale, we can feel that release on all sides, the letting go. As you yield into your natural belly breath this morning, without force or pressure, but more of a yield and wait for it to flow. Feel the breath not only bathe your belly bowl, but let it come up and bathe the whole bowl of your chest, lungs, heart, front, back, and sides. The respiration that we're drawing in, the inspiration through the inhale. And then that exhalation, which dissolves the old tension, worries, stagnant energy. Exhaling out the mouth or nose, wherever you're led and called to. Begin to allow your exhales to lengthen longer than your inhales. Counting to 4 on the inhale. And toward the count of 8 on the exhale can be a guide into this breath. Allow yourself to yield in the space at the top of your breath and at the bottom of your breath. Enjoying one more cycle of your breath. You can release the counting and just return to your natural breath. We're going to take our right fingers up to the left upper trap here, so the upper shoulder, and we're going to begin to lightly tap here. We can continue with our inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth as a breath to discharge, to release tension, pain, constriction. And we're going to gently tap up now the side of the neck to the base of the skull, the left side here, just right behind the ear, tapping all around. Deep breath in, exhaling out, tapping down the side of the neck now and to the shoulder. And then we're going to do a gentle pass again, back up the same line, tapping here on the upper trap. We can hold a lot of nuggets of knots here. And we're going to continue tapping gently up the sides of the neck through the scaling muscles, through into the skull here. And then we'll travel back down that line to the shoulder. We'll let the head come back to neutral. And we're tapping now down the top of the arm. You can use fingers, you can use light fists. Going all the way to the wrist, we'll turn the arm up and go up the inside seam of the arm now. Deep breath in, exhaling out. Good. Eventually we'll come to the upper chest. We can use one or both hands. We'll tap on the left side. We're going to tap down a little bit lower. So we're kind of right above the breast tissue here, right on lung 1. Clearing lung 1 here. So our breath, our lungs have more space to breathe and receive oxygen and to release out the carbon dioxide. Good. Then we'll tap over to the right side of the chest. And we can go down a little bit lower to kind of near the top of the breast. If you just tap around, you'll hit lung 1. You don't have to know exactly where it is. And then we'll tap over to the center of the sternum and we'll boost our immune systems here, tapping on our thymus gland. Deep breath in, exhaling out. Good. And then just let the hands shake out, discharge that energy. We'll go now to left fingers coming up to the right upper trap and we'll begin our tapping here. Ah. Slowly going up the side of your neck gently. Less is more. You don't have to do intense tapping, especially in the neck. We want to be gentle. And then we'll go up to the right side of the occipital ridge here on the base of the skull. It's amazing how much energy and tension we hold here in the head. Deep breath in, exhale out, tapping down to the shoulder. And then we'll go back up this line, gently tapping. Up the trap, the side of the neck, to the base of the skull on the right side. And then we'll tap back down that line. Let the head come neutral. Tap down the top of the arm. To the wrist. We'll flip the wrist over, come up the inside of the arm. A way to disperse tension, a way to connect to our own energy body and release stuck energy. We'll come up to the chest again. We'll tap around the chest. Doesn't matter which side, we'll go to both sides. And then we'll travel over to the other side. Good. Now we're going to go down to the ribs. It doesn't matter again which side. We're going to do both sides of the ribs, right underneath here. And then tapping over to the other side. Releasing tension in our organs here. Good. Let's shake out the hands. We're going to hinge forward at the waist, make 2 light fists, and we can either massage or lightly tap here on our lower back over our kidneys, our adrenal glands. Deep breath here into the lower back. Good. Now we're going down to the center of the buttocks. We're just tapping right at the center of the glutes. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Go out to the hips now, the sides of the hips here. Good. We're going down the outside seam of the thighs. And here we'll just uncross the legs. And we'll bring our feet on the earth so we can continue tapping down the outside of the shins. We'll get to the feet and we'll tap the top of the feet. And then we'll come up the inside of the shins. Right up kidney, liver meridian, spleen meridian, coming up to the inner knees, inner thighs. Low belly, we'll give our low belly a little bit of a tap. Good. And then we'll just shake it out and we'll come up onto our head. We'll clear our head down the neck, the shoulders. We're going down each arm. We're clearing like we've walked through that dusty room that we're all clearing out now because it's time to clean things, right? Get rid of stuff. Let's go to the back, the buttocks, just shake it off. Beautiful. All right. Let's slowly make our way to our feet. And along the way, if you want to take a little bent knee forward bend in the spine, feel free to release the head and spine here. Hands on blocks or elbow tips. Yeah, let's just all go here. This feels good. Bending the knees, releasing our spine, feet on the earth. And let's take our hands to our hips now. Keep a bend in the knees. Slowly rise up through your spine and heart. Pause, take a breath. Press down into the earth and slowly rise up standing, releasing the tailbone. And then let's kick out our legs, kick out the arms. Just let the arms and the head and the whole body shake out. Okay, let's come into a hip width stance with a slight bend in the knees, spreading the toes, rooting through the four corners of our feet. We're going to draw the shoulders up toward the ears, like we're saying, I don't know. But then we're going to take the shoulder blades in toward each other and then surf the shoulder blade tips down toward our sitting bones. So we've all just opened up our chest beautifully. Good. Now we're going to turn the palms forward. And as we inhale, we're going to slowly draw the hands up to face height. We'll turn the palms down at the upper lip. We'll exhale and push that energy down and through the legs, feet, and into the earth. So whole body breathing here. Follow your breath, inhaling, gathering this new energy of this day. And then exhale, as we bring it into the body, we're also pushing out old stagnant energy into the earth. Follow your breath. Exhaling out the mouth or nose, wherever you're called. And allow the gaze with eyes closed, or you could have soft gaze, eyes open on a point out in front of you. One more time with your breath. Good, now we'll switch directions. The backs of the hands face each other. As we inhale, we're drawing this nourishing earth energy up through our body. Exhale, clearing our own energy field. Just anything we don't need to be carrying with us into the month of November. And washing the windows here of our energy field. And one more time. Beautiful. Pause. Let the legs straighten. We're going to walk our feet in, hip distance apart here. With that lift here in the side bodies, the shoulders draw up and they draw the shoulder blades back and they open the lungs. The shoulder blade tips draw down the back. With the arms extending behind the body, find a hand clasp. We're just going to move with our breath here as we slowly straighten our arms, lifting our arms away from the body. Rise up through your sternum. Good. Exhale, just relax the arms back toward your body. Good. Now, as you do this, and as you're standing rooted in your feet, move your upper thigh bones slightly back. So we're not standing like this, but we're really in that femur bone back in alignment position for the hips and for energy to flow. We're just moving in and out here with our wings lifting to open our lungs, open our heart, and then relax back down. Good. The next time the arms are straight, any amount, lifting the arms away from the body, you can stay here. Keep working that shoulder blades in and down the back. You also have the option to bend your knees to bring your chest toward your thighs and to allow the arms to slowly trickle toward the top of your mat, deepening the chest opening. If it's too much in the wrist, simply separate the hands and place your hands on your back pockets, continuing to move your elbows toward each other. Beautiful. Breathe. Good. And now we'll slowly rise up with the chest leading the way. Pause along the way to move energy back down out of the head. And then relax the arms to your sides. Extend the exhalation if you got a little dizzy. Good. And then we're just going to take each arm and just do this gentle shaking of the joints, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. And then we're going to go to the other side. Just shake out. Gentle shaking. Good. Okay. So let's take our right hand now, and we're going to bring it right under the left clavicle, the shoulder, the collarbone here. We're just going to press in and then gently down on this tissue. With our chin parallel to the floor, we're going to slowly turn our head toward the right. Take 3 breaths here, breathing from the belly, up through the lungs, and send that breath up through your neck and into your head. So blood flow is moving, circulation is moving through your neck into the brain with more ease. Good. And then we'll release, come back to center. Notice that that left shoulder just moved back. Mine did a lot. Then we'll take left hand under the right clavicle. You're gently pressing into the tissue and then guiding it down. And then with that neutral head, slowly turn the head to the left shoulder or whichever side you're on. Breathe. 3 deep breaths from your belly. Move up through your neck and your head. Good. And then we'll come back to center. Good. Relax. Relax the arms down, shake them out. We're going to step into a little bit of a wider stance, so you can stay where you are or you can turn toward the long edge of your mat. Or horse squat here, or goddess squat. So let the feet spread apart, bend your knees so they're stacked on top of each other. You can take a wider stance if you'd like. Really feel rooted through the feet. That's really good. And then imagine the tailbone has its own tail, and it's plugging into the earth right now. Shoulders draw up, back, and down. That's going to lengthen your side bodies. This is really important for our shoulder health here. And then we're going to lean forward with the spine. And we'll drop our left shoulder forward and we'll turn our head and gaze over the right shoulder for 3 breaths. Breathing into your hips as the inner thighs, as the tailbone descends. Breathing into your lower back. Good, and then we'll come back to center and then we'll switch. Draw the right shoulder forward, slowly turn the head over the left shoulder, breathe. Good, come back to center, slowly rise up, let the legs straighten, pause here. Now we're going to take our arms into our cactus shape. Fingers are spread wide. Shoulder blades melt in, and then the shoulder blades glide down your back to lift your lungs. Beautiful. We're going to do some pulsing here with our breath. So as we inhale, we're going to straighten our arms now. The legs are straight, 5-pointed star. We're lifting up through the heart. Mini baby back bend in the upper back. We're big full moons here, shining our light out. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, and descend toward the earth. So this is the flow. You'll flow with your breath, inhaling, pressing through the feet, rising up, open your heart. Beautiful. Yes. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Yeah, you don't have to go super low. You could move your feet back in toward each other. This can be very gentle with your knees, ankles, hips, shoulders. You could keep your elbows in if you don't feel like going up today overhead. So you just find your way into gentleness and love toward your body this morning. Next time you come into your goddess squat, stay here, breathe. Good. Press down into your feet, straighten the legs, let the arms relax. Turn your feet in, step your feet together. You need to do a little shake out, kick out of each leg. It's really good for the joints and the tissue to shake, to let go of these old patterns in our body, in our mind, and our psyche. We can shake it out. All right. Let's take a wide stance now, and let's have our blocks with us along the way. Let's put them out in front of us so that they're at the tallest height. And then we're going to step into a wide stance. So we'll step into our wide stance. Our heels are back near the back edge of our mat. We've got lots of space to use on our mat here. Okay, we're going to turn our right foot out to a 90-degree angle. So our right foot turns out to a 90-degree angle. Our toes are spread. And we want to take a wide enough stance where we feel stable. Like this is a good place for me to be in this moment. I'm not overdoing it. I'm also not underdoing it. I'm just like, yes, I can do this. All right. Right foot turns out. Let's bend our right knee and stack it over our right ankle. And our hands are going to come to our hips. Elbows are drawing back. So bring attention to your feet. Your back foot is still weighted. And the right leg is going to slowly straighten. Good. And then we'll exhale and bend the front knee again, stacking it above the ankle, staying rooted in our back foot. So we're going to move with our breath here in and out of straight leg, bending the knee. Now your arms and hands can stay where they are here. They could also extend out into the warrior two arms. Good. Letting the arms and the shoulders be in line like a T shape with each other. Beautiful. Relax the left shoulder down. It likes to creep up. Good. And then let's come into warrior two. So notice if you're too weighted in the front body and bring it more back into the back leg. Beautiful. Gazing over your right fingertips. Lovely. Breathe. Shoulders moving back and down. One more breath here. Two more breaths here. Feel your awareness in your feet. Feel the power rising from your roots into your legs, into your hips. One more breath here. Good. Never thought I would say we're coming out. All right. So let's straighten the front leg. Let's relax the arms. Let's turn our right foot in. Turn our left foot out. Second side. Let's start with hands on hips. So as we bend this left knee, and you can even just take a look up here, as we bend the left knee, see how the spine is just staying right over your hips. It's not, we're not doing this, we're not doing this, but we're just staying really centered, and this back foot is our anchor of this pose right now. Good. So you can go along your way now with your breath, straightening the front leg. As you inhale, exhale, bend the front knee, root through the back foot. Very good. You can keep a slight bend in the back knee. And this front foot, its action is down, and then it's fanning out like a peacock, and that pinky side of the foot is rooted. When we make that action, when we bend our front knee, it tracks more with that second, third toe, so it's not caving in. There's stability in the knee. So it's an important action. It's better to be tuning into those actions than doing lots of these just kind of in a not supportive way. Good, and then the arms, maybe they would like to stretch out and maybe not. Maybe they like hands on hips, elbows back. Continuing to move in and out of warrior 2. That's really good, and then find warrior 2, your form this morning. Breathe. Shoulders relax, back and down. Maybe the head, the gaze wants to look out to your side. Maybe it doesn't feel good for your neck to look over the left fingers. Stabilizing your feet. Good. One more breath here. 2 more breaths here. Relax when you're ready. Slowly straighten the front leg. Turn your foot in. Heel toe your feet together. And then heel toe your feet out. So we're doing little massages here for the bottom of the feet. And a little bit of action here in the tendons, ligaments of the ankles. We'll go in one more time. And then we'll go out. Strengthening our ankles for our winter season of boots and skiing and whatever else we get ourselves into. All right. So now we'll keep our feet tracked straight ahead. They also could turn in slightly if that just feels more supportive. The tops of your thigh bones are softening back. So just feel that. Put your hands there, feel that action. Don't take my word for it. Just feel what that does for you. There's an opening in the sacrum when we do that. There's an alignment there. Then let's all put a slight bend in our knees. And we're going to keep our hands. So let's all bring our hands to the upper thigh bones, the tops of your femur bones here. We're going to gently press them back. As we hinge forward at the waist, we'll eventually place our hands one at a time on our blocks. So we've supported that movement of the tops of the thigh bones. Bring the blocks to you so that they're right under your shoulders. They're like bracelets. Now we can lift on our kneecaps and our thigh bones move back any amount to straighten the legs. What to do with our beautiful head. So we want to keep it in line with our spine. The top of the head is extending like there's a string pulling your neck long, gently. Breathing here. So we're just flushing out the backs of the legs. If your knees are slightly bent here, you're going to stay right here. Keep breathing. If your legs are straight, you can explore releasing the head toward the earth and letting the heart soften behind you. Otherwise, you're up here working the length of your spine. Those of you who are up top here, we're going to walk our blocks out in front of us like we're in down dog. And we're going to press our hands down onto the blocks firmly. And we're going to allow our chest now to melt behind us. The shoulder blades still do that action in. They're gliding down the back, and they're actually helping to take our chest now, continuing to move it toward our thighs. And then check in with your feet here and position your weight in the center of your feet, not back in the heels or on the toe box. Good, that looks really good. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Just finding a sense of ease with our breath. Walking our blocks back in toward us under our shoulders. We'll come up halfway. Then we're going to draw the navel to the spine. Hands now come one at a time to the hips. Strong legs, strong core. Let the heart slowly rise up. Standing. Heel toe your feet in. Come into mountain pose. And let that all just settle here in your nervous system and your pranic body, through all of the tissues, your organs, your mind, your spirit. Settling that all down into you and through you. Maybe a smile comes on your lips. Feels good to move that energy, yeah? And if you feel like you want to shake out, then shake it out. Let the body shimmy and shake. We don't want to be tense or hard, right? We want to be open and loose. We can be stable without being so clenched. Okay, good work. All right, take your blocks and let's just set them off to the side. We're going to step to the top of our mat now. So turn facing my direction. I'm going to work a little bit here in Warrior 1. So these standing poses are both hip openers and hip stabilizers. In Warrior 1, let's take our right foot back into its own train track. Our front knee is stacking above our ankle. So in all of these warrior poses, we find a similar form. In the front leg that bends, the knee is stacked over the ankle, and that front foot's pressing down and it's toning out, and that's stabilizing everything north of our ankle, knee and hip. In fact, we can feel that left sitting bone tack back and the right hip comes around, and we've now just leveled off our 2 beautiful hips. So the back knee has a slight bend, but that foot is nice and rooted as well. Then we come up, draw navel to spine, feel that lift through the chest. And with the arms, we're going to take our arms behind us. lifting through the sternum, reaching out through our fingertips, gazing out in front of us. Some of us may feel inspired to take that hand clasp behind the body, the arms slowly straightening and rising. Some of us are going to stay right here in this internal rotation of the arms and the shoulder blade hugging action in the upper back. Real strengthener for the rhomboids, the backs of the lungs and the back of our heart for circulation, for breath. Some of you might feel inspired to take arms up overhead into the full warrior one arms. Let's take one more breath here in our form this morning. Beautiful. And then you'll release the arms, step forward into mountain pose. Nice. Second side. Left foot steps back in its own lane. The back foot is turned at a 30-degree angle, so it's not 45 and it's not forward, but it's in between. Okay, so let's go to our front foot. Let's press it down, tone the tissue out. Bend then the knee and stack it above your ankle and follow that tone up your thigh. Tack your right sitting bone back and feel that left hip come around. If you feel your hip bones, they should be across from each other. Yeah. So make sure you're not on a tightrope with your back foot. It's really got its own lane, left traffic. It's just like so free. And then we'll rise up through the spine. Let's draw those side bodies long. Shoulders draw up, back, and down. Hands, they could come to hips. They could come to arms extending behind, lifting through the chest. Options of hand clasp or arms overhead. Really bending into that front knee. We're moving toward this quadricep, this thigh being parallel to the earth. Someday, might not be today, that's okay, but eventually. Feel the power in your feet, the stability in the feet, and draw that up through your legs to your hips. Draw that brightness of you, your light from your inner light. Let it shine out and radiate through your whole body, your whole being. And when you're ready, you're going to release the arms and step forward into mountain pose. Feel evenness in your feet and the weight of your feet. And settle that energy. I'm feeling like I want to shake it out. Maybe you do too. We'll kick out each leg. Arms. Good. All right. We're gonna transition here into our version of a squat this morning. Okay. So the most supportive squat in a seated form is bringing your bolster onto the mat, setting the whole weight of your sitting bones on it, pulling the buttocks flush back, drawing the knees to the chest and extending the spine. So this would be most supportive for knee or hip joints. The next level of support, and then bring your blocks in front of you. The next level could be if you want to explore a little bit more opening for your hips, but you want to support the knees. You'll take a wide hip distance stance. Blanket behind the knees. You'll roll onto the balls of your feet and lift your heels. So that could be kind of the next second option. You could even bring your bolster under your heels. So this would be supportive. So I'm just giving you different options because we like our options. The point of this pose is the descent of the hips. So even if you're sitting on your bolster, you can descend your awareness down into your hips, allow them to release. We've got this gentle pressure into the colon, which is really good for helping our bowels to move more easily. The hip joints on the knees are getting this nice kind of hugging action that actually helps their mobility so that we can all be walking more freely on the earth for every day that we're here. The spine rises, the shoulders soften as we breathe into the bowl of our belly. This is an excellent pose if you're seeking lower back relief or release. A squat is a pose for you. Focus your gaze on something in front of you softly, or close your eyes. Relax the shoulders. I see some smiles. That makes me happy. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And we're going to take our hands onto the blocks and transition up slowly, standing. So we'll release any props underneath us, and our feet will come to the earth under our hips. We'll let the legs straighten. So we'll lift the kneecaps up toward the hips, thigh bones spin in and back. Right here, we'll come up into this half lift where we're extending our spine, the top of the head, as the tailbone moves behind us. We can move our shoulders up toward our ears. Here's that side body's long. And then melt the shoulder blades in. And now bend the elbows, slightly bend the knees, and let your chest release toward the tops of your thighs. And one more breath here. We'll slowly rise up. Hands to hips, elbows drop back. Bend your knees like you're sitting back into a chair pose here. Let the spine and the heart rise. Take 3 breaths here in chair pose, drawing that strength up from your feet to your legs to your core. Pubic bone to navel, navel to sternum. Some of you might take arms behind you, reaching and extending through your fingers. Some of you might take arms up and back. We're going to go longer than 3 breaths. Let's take a couple more here. Even weighted through both feet and legs as you press down into your feet and slowly straighten your legs. Relax your tailbone, relax the shoulders and arms, mountain pose. And hands to the heart, prayer pose. Going to have a seat on our blanket. I'm going to sit this direction. Just fold the short edges of your blanket together and extend your legs out here in front of you. You might be using a block, so just have it nearby. Just sit at the front edge of your blanket, pull the buttocks flush back, right in the front, pelvis, tilting it forward. We're going to bend our right knee and bring our foot to our right sitting bone, or you're crossing that right foot over the left thigh. If it lands easily on the earth, this is a good place for you. Okay, then we're going to take our block behind us at the low level, and we're going to place our right hand on it. When we do that, we can feel, oh, we've got space to melt that right shoulder back. The inner side of the shoulder blade moves in. The left hand or left elbow hook around the right knee. So this is Lord of the Fishes pose. We go south into our sitting bones to establish our roots, and the roots travel down the back of our left leg to our heel. Then we can rise up out of our roots through our chest, and our low belly is going to slowly turn toward the right side. Breathing into the bowl of the belly here. We've got this outer hip opening. Our chin is going to rest over the altar of our lungs that are protecting our heart. Breathe into those constricted areas. Let light flow in. Let love flow in. One more breath here. And exhale, release slowly back to center. Take a counter twist to your left. Left hand comes behind you on the block. Rotate the belly to the left. Enjoy a breath. And then release back to center. Mindfully uncross your legs, shake them out. Second side. Bend the left knee, foot stays here or crosses to the other side. We're taking our left shoulder and chest, we're rotating it to the left so the hand rests on the block. And our right hand or our right elbow hooks around the left knee. We hug the knee in, the thigh in as we lift through our spine. The low belly is rotating toward your left, bringing the cleansing rinse into the organs. And this opening in your left outer hip, glutes, piriformis, sciatica, all of them being opened here with your breath. In this posture, . The chin is resting over the altar of your lungs and heart. Take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, gently release. We're taking this counter twist slowly to the right with the belly. The hand can rest behind you for a breath or 2 here. And then unwind mindfully back to center. Uncross our legs. We'll shake out the legs here. We'll bring the soles of our feet together into cobbler pose. So we can bring our blocks under the knees. And we're going to do a practice for our lungs here in releasing grief and bringing in peace. And so the sound we're going to make on our exhale is the sound of S, like a snake. The snake shedding. Okay, so that's the sound we're going to make. The movement we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, palms up, right at our low belly. The fingers aren't touching. We're going to be inhaling up the front of the body through the lungs. Then we're going to turn the palms up and we're going to press up on the exhale. And with that S sound, exactly. So we're just practicing right now. So that's the exhale. We're going to do this 3 times. So again, we'll inhale, we'll turn the palms, we'll exhale, we'll release our grief. Okay, good. Let's do it for real now. So let's say to our lungs, I release grief from my lungs now. As we inhale, we draw the hands up through the lungs. We turn the palms, exhale, S. Allowing the energy of grief to release. We'll do it again. From the bottom here, inhale up. Exhale. And one more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Place your hands one at a time over your lungs. Smile at your lungs. As we imagine a white light or warm water pouring in on the back of your lungs, the sides, the front, and it's drawing in this balancing energy of peace and maybe even acceptance. And when you feel complete, you can release your hands. We'll take our hands to our knees. We'll help our knees come together and we'll slide off of our seat here. We'll make our way into our backs. You can use your blanket here for your head support. Have your strap available. You may use it. And have your bolster nearby if you're going to use it for Shavasana. As you arrive here on your back, bend your knees and place your feet hip distance apart. Relax the back of your lungs into the mat. Relax your lower back into the mat and the weight of your hips. Your right leg is going to extend up toward the sky. And the foot is active as if you're walking on the ceiling. Good. The right leg is rotating in the socket, like you've just turned a dial in your socket. The leg turns and the foot's at 2 o'clock on the face of a clock. Good. Now we're going to slowly bend the right knee, and it's going to move out away from the body as your right ankle slowly lowers to your left thigh. Figure 4. As the ankle lands on your left thigh, the knee continues opening out, and you can even put your hand on your right thigh tissue here and gently guide the knee out. Let's take a couple breaths here. Now you can stay here, and you can also choose to pick up your left foot and to bring your hands or strap behind your left thigh, guiding the left thigh in toward your chest. So the strap is nice because we want the shoulders to stay relaxed and the head and neck relaxed. So here's reclined pigeon pose. If you're here, breathing into the right glutes and hip tissue. Option to straighten your left leg, pressing the left foot up toward the sky as you guide your left thigh bone down into the hip socket. Going to where your body says yes. Let's do that. The right knee is still moving out and away in that external rotation. Good, and then we'll bend the left knee slowly. Release the strap or hands, and then slowly place your left foot on the floor. Place your right hand on your right knee and your left hand on your left foot. Like you're going to pick up a baby here. You're going to gently guide your lower leg, the shin, the knee toward the chest. Like you're going to hold and hug the baby. And then we're going to rock the baby of our legs side to side here. And then guide the leg back in. Take a breath. Beautiful. Then we'll straighten the right leg up toward the sky and gingerly place it on the earth. Second side, left leg extends up like you're going to walk on the ceiling. The leg rotates in the socket out, and so the toes are at 10 o'clock. Very slowly. So we're really activating the tissue so much here in the leg to stabilize. We're very slowly bending the knee. The ankle is traveling like in slow motion to the right thigh. And the left knee is moving out away from the body, and you can use your left hand on the thigh to facilitate that. Figure 4. Flushing that left hip, left psoas with fresh energy and blood flow. Option to stay here, or to pick up the right leg with hands or strap behind the thigh. So the left knee, it's still moving out. It's in that external rotation. The right thigh is gently guiding in toward the body. Option to straighten the right leg if you're in this pigeon position. Guiding your right femur bone down into your hip socket. One more deep belly breath here. If your leg is straight, slowly bend the knee. Release the leg. The right foot slowly lands on the mat, and your right hand takes a hold of your left foot. Your left knee is cupped with your left hand as you guide the lower leg in toward the chest. And then you can also explore this rocking of the hip, the lower leg side to side, like you're rocking a newborn baby. Just noticing how soothing it feels to move in this way with your hip. Good. And then let the leg slowly straighten. And then let it rest back on the earth. And we'll transition here into Shavasana. Bolster under the knees or bolster resting on your thighs. Any other props, clothes, blankets you need along the way. Just coming into your resting, letting go position. Slowly and lovingly begin to reawaken your body. Eventually, you'll make your way onto your side. Using your hands on the floor to support your head, coming up last. As you rise up and find your comfortable seated position, placing your hands at prayer pose at the heart and taking a moment to notice how you're feeling. Let's close our time with the sound of Om. One time together. We'll take a deep breath in together. I'm grateful to each of you. Thanks for being here this morning. Namaste.
Namaste.